let's talk about how to install uh, F1 lighting diffuser on your car. And I'm gonna show you, talk about a little bit on how I installed mine. This is probably gonna be a universal way, I believe, to install it. I've installed it already. Just want to talk about the process and what I had to do, and we're gonna go from there. We have F1 diffuser, we have the F1 light, just the F1 brake light. We also have some diffusers that has F1 light installed to it, attached to it directly. But in my case, I have the F1 lights installed to my diffuser. I got everything installed to make it a little bit more aggressive and sporty. So I'm gonna show you how I did it. What I did was making sure I get everything in my trunk out. I got everything in my trunk out. I created more space so I could access the extra tire compartment. I got it out. I raised my car. I lifted it. I put it on the jack stand. Make sure I raised both rear wheels. I raised them up on the jack stand so I could have more room to be like I want to lay under the car from the back and be able to have more space to do whatever I gotta do on the car. In my case, I still have my soundproof still installed. So in my case, I will have to find a way to make sure I take it out. Also find a way to run the cable right from underneath the car straight inside my trunk. I have some holes that has been covered with some rubber gunner. So I have to sound protector. I got it out a little bit. So after attaching my diffuser has the tape. It also has screws. So the tape is gonna make it stick. The screw is just gonna hold it to protect it from falling off based on downforce while you're driving on the high speed, vibration. So it's gonna help it with that. So I got it out, has the cable all the way inside because we want to make sure we tap our cable, we give it power from our actual tail light. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be giving it power from your tail light. And also depending on kind of lighting setup you've got, different kind of F1 lighting has different kind of lighting sequence. It also depends on what you want to get from it, how you want your lighting sequence for your diffuser, for your F1 lighting to pop up or to show, to appear. Sometimes if you put match the brake, that is when it's going to lit up. Sometimes when you match the brake, it's going to lit up, but it's going to be flashing like the F1 flashlight, like F1 brake light you all see in F1 cars. If you watch F1 or race videos very well, or race match, you're going to notice when they're trying to go through the cover, you notice they use a brake. You're probably going to notice a light flashing behind. So that's the F1. And that's the F1 brake lighting. You can make it flash, or you can just make it turn on just like a normal tail light. But I mean, I'm going to say it's going to be advisable you make it flash like F1 because that is the idea of it in the first place. So make it flash like the F1 lighting. And sometimes you can also make it turn on during daylight. You connect it in a way whereby when you connect it to your tail light, it's going to turn on. But when you tap on your brake, it's going to start flashing. And some people do install it this way, whereby on a regular day, it's going to be turning on during daylight running tail light. And at the same time, but it's going to be a little bit dim. But when you tap on the brake, it's going to lit up even brighter. But in my case, I did it in a different way, whereby it's not going to lit up even during my daylight. I never connected it to my daylight running tail light. I only make sure I connected it to my brake tail light. So whenever I tap on my brake, it's going to start flashing. And it just gives the idea of how it looks. And that's just it. So you just find a way to get, you need a T-tap connector, or if you don't have it, you don't have to go that far. You can just, you just peel up the cable a little bit from your brake light. You need to get out your your tail light out first. So it's gonna give you more room, access to your cable. You have access to the cable and then take it out, pull it out as much as you can. You find your ground depending on the kind of car you've got. That determines the kind of color cable for your ground and your power cable is going to be. So make sure you study, make sure you do your research or check your car manual whenever you're trying to install the light. Make sure you check it to know what's the color code for the electrical system in your car. You need to know what color was used for your ground, what colors are for the power. And also most of the time you can just connect the ground directly to somewhere around the car. Just find a bolt, find a way you could just attach it to the body of the car. It's just gonna be like you're running a art cable. For electrical people that know that understand a little bit of electrical terms, we want bury our art. We just find a place to bury the art or to attach the art or bury it under the ground. So if you just find a way on your car to just put it, so you could get your ground, which we also call neutral. Get your neutral from, or your power is the main thing. Your power is where you want to get your power from is the main thing, and that also determines the way it's going to show up, the way it's going to appear when you tap in a brake or when you're driving or whatever setup or sequence you've got on your programmed on your tail light or programmed on your F1 lights already, or based on your interest, the way you want it to look. You get what I'm saying? So you get a T-tap. When you get a T-tap connector, you connect it. You try to connect it with your power on the right cable. Make sure you get it from your right cable. And that was a mistake I made. Make sure when you want to install your diffuser, you have the measurements you're trying to follow, because you want to make sure it's centered. In my case, it was a little bit, it wasn't really centered. It was a little bit far to the left, around close to my exhaust. So I had no idea until I finished taping, installing this double-sided tape, the screw. I just saw it from far distance. I was like, oh no, I did the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a bigger stress for me to be like, I want to start taking them out, because there is already tape involved, and I know if I pull it out, the tape is probably not gonna stick properly no more, and you definitely need the tape, because you can't use just the screw only, because you need to make sure every little tip around the diffuser is attached properly, and also to avoid water penetrating. So you want to make sure it's waterproof. So the best way to make sure it's waterproof is making sure you use your tape, so that there's gonna be no gap around it. You know what I'm saying? If water gets in it, it could probably damage your cable, your wiring system. To have anything, it could mess up your wiring system including for your tail light, because everything is literally connected together. It could also damage your F1 light that was attached to your fuser or whatever it is. So I mean, it's pretty easy. The hard part, the tough part about it is just making sure you get everything out in your trunk. In my own case, I have got a lot going on in my trunk. I got my speakers. I got different kind of tools. I got a lot of things going on in my trunk. So it's like a lot of stress trying to get everything out from my trunk the right way and putting them back. You know, but I mean, the results the result is definitely worth it. So it's definitely worth all the stress and everything. So I know lot of us that probably want to do these things. You're probably a car person, so you won't really find it too much stressful, because you know the result is definitely gonna worth it. So hey, it's nice. Try it out. So try it out. If you had experience or if you installed it, also just want to install, you got a question, let me know in the comment section. Anything you got to say to me, or if you have any idea or anything to add to whatever I've said so far. Remember, I have no prior experience. I'm just trying to DIY all this myself, which I believe, I mean, it's a baby step. We're gonna get there one day. I'm probably gonna be perfect someday. I mean, the baby step. I think I could just take you guys along with me, and let's do it together. I don't have to do it all alone. You know what I'm saying? And I believe there are some people like me out there that also don't know shit about it. I mean, we could just start learning together. I don't gatekeep. We don't gatekeep. Where we try to share as much information as possible to everybody. So stay tuned, stay liquid. That way that shit, and you're gonna feel it. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Peace out.